whatever you are giving, it will throw some exception. Exception is a runtime error. We will see this exception later. Okay, like this will get exception. Okay, if this is success, what it will do is it will launch the browser and then you can perform the operations once if you launch the browser. Okay, now at the end of this class, I will check this one. Why is it showing this error? And then, okay, we'll fix and I will show you. Shall I continue now, Java? Actually, my intention is I want to show you one XPath how to use it. Okay? But it is not opening. Chrome driver.
I think in our last class, Anil showed the similar thing, right? Opening a Google browser. And he had another line at the end of, after that method calling for Chrome driver, there was another line.
Yeah, and I think we had driver.
Get driver equal to Chrome driver.
Driver.get is once if it opens the browser, first this statement, object creation will launch the browser. Once if you are able to launch the browser, then we need to enter URL in that browser, right? Some site like Google and all. For that purpose, you should use a method called get. Okay, that get is available. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, but Venkat, in that for this line, Chrome driver, what I have in my script is web driver. Does that make a difference?
Here, web drive.
No, the last line.
No, that is not that one. Okay, just we can write. Yeah, correct.
Chrome driver.
Here, instead of Chrome driver, you might be having web driver. That is not the problem. Okay.
Okay.
This why did I write Chrome driver instead of web driver here? I will explain you guys later. Once if you understand some basics of Java, then I will explain this. Okay, we can write either Chrome driver or web driver. Okay. That path is same, but maybe slashes. Do you guys able to see forward slash or backward slash?
No, I have the same slash and it works on the same slash.
Same one, right?
Yeah.
No, we have a MacBook, we have a forward slash.
Is the location correct? Is it inside that dearest folder? I think last time it was in some other folder.
Yeah, inside Dheeraj on desktop, right? Username is Dheeraj. On the desktop, I have a folder Selenium. Inside that only Chrome driver.exe is there. Let me show you once again. On desktop, this is the path, Chrome driver. Let me try these slashes once again. Cannot find Chrome binary. Web driver not. Let me check it once.
When there is a space there after the system dot, I can see a space there.
System.set property.
Yeah.
I think that is not the problem. Give me 1 minute. I will check. WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver, and this is the path.
So Venkat, the Chrome driver .exe we did not give earlier.
Oh, yeah, we gave .exe.
Can you without that? Can you just?
Yeah, with the .exe, without .exe, I tried both. Let me see.
Yeah.
The driver executable does not exist. It is showing.
The last time's code you have, can you paste it in chat?
WebDriver. Driver. See, this is the executable file for Windows, and then it's proper C users DS Selenium. This is proper.
Venkat, I mailed you some sample code from last class.
Yeah, let me see that. You mailed it?
Yeah.
Okay. Before that, let me try one small option. We'll see this and then we'll move.
And it was backward slash last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, this one maybe takes some time. I will check and let you know by end of this class. Okay, we'll go to Java.
Okay, Venkat, you can start.
We'll continue Java and then I will check and let you know this. Okay, why is it showing? Generally, we will set the path system.set property, and that property name is webdriver.chrome.driver, and the path, where is it available? Okay, that path, executable file path will specify. Okay, and then we'll create a instance or object for Chrome driver to open the Chrome browser. But somehow it's throwing like it is not available in that path. But when we check here, actually it is showing in the same path. Okay. So what is the issue? I will check and let you know. Okay. It is showing like it did not find that Chrome drive binary. Okay.
Can you show the folder path once again? When you go to the folder, you can click there. It will show the full path. I think there is a download also there.
See here, this is the one. Okay. Here, C, same path, right? C users, Dheeraj, desktop, and Selenium.
Okay. Okay, then you can check later.
See here, same one only we have. C users, Dheeraj, desktop, and then Selenium. Okay. I will check that one and will let you know, guys.
Okay.
After that, I will explain this. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Now we go to Java. Okay. Now I'm going to write a new class. Okay. Did you guys practice the programs whatever I have shared 2 weeks back? Simple for loops, if else conditions. Okay. Any doubts in that?
Yeah, Venkat, can we go through the last two from all those practice example 4 and 5?
Okay. Okay, let me take them. Or if you guys have already in your workspace, you can share it, or else let me download it. Anyone has that programs in their workspace? Hello, guys?
Yeah, I do. I have it.
Can you please share once?
Yeah. How can I share now? Yeah, I see it. Yeah. Do you see my screen?
One second. No, still I'm unable to see.
I did click on share screen.
Okay, stop sharing.
Is anyone able to see my screen?
No. Let me, yeah. Now we are able to see. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Which program?
these are the
Yeah.
programs, right? Yeah.
Last one, right? Which one? Fourth or fifth? Which one? Yeah, this array example, right?
Which one need to explain?
I think
4 and
Fourth one.
she was asking, right? To show some examples.
Yeah, fourth one, can you please click on that? Okay. Here, maximize option, can you please click on that? Yes.
Where this? Which one is it?
That one. Exactly, that one, correct. Yeah, see guys here, variables default values, okay? We have different types of data types like int, float, long, short, byte, like okay. Whenever you declare a variable, what is the default value for that? If you don't assign any value, what value it gets? That is what I want to explain through this program. Okay, here there is a data type called byte. Its byte type variable can hold two values. One is true, another one is false. Okay, generally. Here I did not assign any value. We'll see what it will get. Okay, and another one is short, int, long. Like that, four variables I declared. Okay, another one is sorry, not byte, boolean. Okay, boolean is true false. Byte is like integer kind of only. Byte means 8 bits. It is very small one. Okay, and float variable one and double variable. I declared character variable another one and then boolean variable. So integer related types. Okay, integer and less than, that means integer only small numbers and large numbers for that purpose long. Okay, so four data types are there. So I created four variables related to those. One is byte type, another one is short type, another one is int, another one is long. Similarly for float, and if you want to store big numbers, we use double, right? See here, float and double also. And to store some characters, we have a data type char, and to store true or false, we have boolean data type. Okay, similarly, in Java, each class name will work like a data type. Okay, each class name acts like a data type. Why is it acts like a data type? I will explain you. Okay, so one is first class. That means our user defined class name I gave. So our user defined class. Okay, first class we have created a class whose name is first class. So that type variable I created one. And string is a predefined class. Okay, so predefined class also I am using here. If you don't specify any values to these variables, what values this variable gets by default. Okay, for that purpose I created some variables. So now I am going to create an object for this class. Okay, see.
Venkat, sorry. Can you just, pardon, can you please repeat the last sentence which you said about the first class? You defined them as a variable as well?
Yeah, see, here all these are like variables. Okay, class names also acts like a data types only. Okay, if you write a class like first class or any name, class A, like that. Just now we saw class something. Okay, generally how to write class space some class name will give, right? That name you can give anything, right? For example, arithmetic related things we are going to work, arithmetic operations. So we'll give class space, class name is arithmetic operation. That is a user defined class, right? User only going to write that class. Okay. Similarly, first class also we wrote one class first class. Okay. So each class acts like a data type. Why? I will explain you soon after 5-10 minutes. Okay, we have a user defined class, okay, whose name is first class. So each class is like a data type, right? So I am creating a variable of that class name. Okay, like how integer is a data type. Similarly, each class name acts like a data type. Okay. Second one, string S1. In string S1, Okay, string is a predefined class. This one we will get through Java. Okay, so through Java packages we got this class. Java people implemented class string. So string also a class. So each class acts like a data type. That's why I created a variable of type string. Okay, clear? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Then we'll go to main method. Okay, here whenever you declare any local variable, okay, they did not get the default values. See here, I will explain you soon today what is a default variable, what is instance variable. Okay, instance variables are the variables which are not part of any method, okay, and part of the class. It's a part of the class. See here, in practice example 4, we have generally any class contains what? Some variables and methods, right? So those variables, okay, the variables which are inside class but not inside the method, okay, that means outside the method, okay, outside the method and inside the class, we call it as instance variable, okay. The variables which are declared inside a method, okay, those are called as local variables. Now the question is, do we get default values for all the variables? All the variables in the sense instance variables and local variables. Okay? No, we won't get default values for all the variables. We will get default values, okay, only for instance variables. For local variables, you must assign some values. If you don't assign, your program will show error message. That I will explain. I will show you in today's class. Okay. Now, all these whatever I wrote here, how many are there? 4 plus 4, total 10 variables. These 10 variables are instance variables. Why? These are inside class but not inside a method, outside of the method. So these variables we call it as instance variables. Okay. So by default, whenever you create an object, you will get default values to that object, variables which are present inside the object. Okay. See here, I am creating here object. Okay. Practice example 4. Okay, I created an object. Using that object, as I said earlier, if you want to access the members of class, a member can be a method or a variable. You must need object. Okay, here what I want to show is these are the instance variables. I did not assign any values. So by default, what are the values these variable gets? That I want to print on.
Did we lose Venkat?
I think he's gone.
Yeah, I will try to add him again. One second.
Hello. Hello.
Venkat.
Yeah, Dilip somehow it disconnected the call and hello.
Yeah, Venkat, we can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, somehow it disconnected. Okay.
Yeah, Venkat, we can hear you.
So I am creating the object. Using the object, I am accessing the variables. Okay, and I am printing those variables values using system.out.println. Okay. Any doubt in this? All variables I am printing here. Okay. Now the
So-
default values. Yeah. Tell
So,
me.
is it like you are just printing it? The we can assign some new values also this like while printing, like instead of .v.s, can we change these values?
Yes, you can change also. Okay, see here, just I have written statement per printing. Okay, you can modify the values also. That today's variables session is there, we'll see in that. Okay, we can change the values also. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Once, can you please run this?
It's showing as true false boolean.
Yeah, because see here, all integer types. Okay, in integer types, 4 are there. One is byte, short, int, and long. Okay, all these are categories of that int only. So we'll get 0, 0, 0, 0. That is the default value. Okay, similarly for float and double, we'll get points. Okay, 0.0. Okay, for boolean, by default, it will assign false. For class type variables, it will assign null as the default value. Okay. Any doubt in this fourth one?
No, it's clear now.
Static and instance of the type of variables. In that we will cover this once again. Okay. Yeah. Can you please open fifth program once again? Fifth one. Yeah. Here, this is simple example of an array. Okay. So generally to declare an array, you can declare it in 3 ways. Okay. Data type, and to mention this is a array type, you should use array index braces and then array name. Okay. The same array index braces you can use before the array name also. Okay. Or after array name also. Either of these 3 is valid. Okay. Now I am declaring an array and then initializing some of the values and then using for loop and printing it. Okay.
Sorry, can you go on mute?
Can you guys please go on mute? Okay, thank you. Any doubt in this program? Just
Like here, inside the main you have declared the array. So is it the way inside the method we need to always declare the array values, or like we can declare it outside the main?
yeah, outside also we can do. Okay. We can do either outside or inside in. See here, sometime back we saw some instance variables int x, that's previous program. Okay, so if it is a instance one, you can declare it outside also. Okay, here it comes under local. Okay.
What is this I, like when you're starting from for statement, like printing array, what is that, like I is the assigned value to this integer?
Which one? Can you please repeat?
That in for in first bracket int I equal to 0, you describe, right? Is it like
Okay.
the assigned value for the integer type?
One second, let me explain. Forget about that. Only writing int is there, doubt or I equal to 0. That also doubt, which is that
Yeah.
only writing int. Why did we write int there? Is it your doubt?
Yes.
Forget one second. Before going to that, I will ask you a small one. If I remove int there and if I write above int I, here only I equal to 0. That you understood, right? I equal to 0, I less than a dot len.
Yes, that you like.
That you know, right? Here just I did not declare previously. In Java, you can declare variables anywhere. Okay, here I am going to use, so that is the reason I declared I here only, and then immediately I did assignment also. Clear?
Like why we declare it here, like what is the significance of declaring
No. You can write above also. In I you can write above also. There is no difference. Previously in above statement I did not declare. So whenever I use, generally some people will be having a habit of first declare and then use it. Okay, this variable is only for this loop, right? So just wherever we use in for loops and all, immediately there only will declare. If you want, you can declare it outside also. No difference declaring here or outside. Okay.
And in your print ln statement, all those two lines, can you explain in the first braces why you have given like this example? Like when you are printing that statement print ln, first statement was in braces, double hash, some dash, and the second
Okay. Okay. Some dashes. Line number 23.
Yes, line number
Okay.
20 and 24.
Yeah. Okay. 21 is clear, right? It will print the array elements. Okay.
Yeah.
So line number 20 and 21 clear, right? So generally print statement, what it will do is whatever you will write inside double quotes, it will print on the screen. Actually, first time I am using 20 and 21 statements, I am printing array elements one time. Okay. After that, I am trying to do another example of array. So when you run it, in output everything will come one after another. So differentiate the first array and second array example. I want to draw a simple line on the screen console. Okay, that is the reason I am printing a simple line, or else you can print anything. Okay. Just to differentiate previous statements, second statements, to understand, okay, this is first array, this is second array. In between, I want to draw something like a line kind of thing. That's why I gave some. Okay. See, the functionality of println is print the things as it is on the screen. Whatever you will write on double quotes, it will print it on the screen. Okay. So line number 23 is clear. Just it will print it. Okay. Yeah. Anyhow, we'll go to those programs now once again. Okay. Don't worry. Here, if you don't understand anyhow while declaring variables and all, I will show once again. Okay. Any doubt in this? in second example, okay, what I am doing is just declaration and initialization. I am doing in the same place. Okay, so an int array and then same using for loop. I am printing those. Okay. Guys, any doubt in this?
No, it's okay. Second one is fine.
Okay. Let me start. Okay, I'm going to my screen. Guys, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let me try some simple programs. Okay. I'm going to write a new class. Okay. First of all, we'll see about variables. Before discussing about variables, let me explain some things about printf also. Okay. Like how we have printf in C programming. Similarly, we have a println method. Okay, println method in Java to print something on the screen. Okay. So you guys understood, right? If you select this public static void main, by default we'll get main method also. Okay. Now here this is a class. Okay. Class name is variables examples. Generally inside class what we will write, guys, what we will write inside class, variables and methods. Okay. So I'm going to write some variable int x comma int y. Okay. So I have two variables int x and int y. Okay. Now another one is a method. Okay. That can be a normal method or else a main method. All are methods, right? Main also a method, but it has a difference. What is that one? It has always program entry point will be there, right? To execute our program, always it should start from some particular point. Okay. In Java, always it starts from main method. Okay. So main also a method, but always program execution starts from main method. That is the only difference. Otherwise, it is like a normal method only. Okay. So I am going to write one method. Okay. For time being, you guys consider like public is something else. It can, if you give public, this method can be accessible anywhere. What is the exact meaning of it? Anywhere accessible means anywhere means where. That we will see in next two classes. Okay. So here we have something called a function. Everyone knows about C, right? C function. How to write a function? Void is a return type and some function name. Okay. Now inside this, I'm going to write a simple print statement. Okay. This is from function. Okay. Now always program execution starts from main. So whatever you will write inside main, only those things only it will execute. If you are not writing anything inside main, okay, it won't execute anything. See, let me run this. I have a class like this. See here, my console is not showing any output. Though I executed, okay, there are two ways to execute. One is right click your program file, okay, your Java file, and then run as Java application. That is one way. Another way is click on this green button, okay, run variable example. It is showing. Are you guys able to see? Okay, you can click this one also. Okay, either way you can run your program. Here in console, I am not getting anything because I have a class. Fine, good. When I try to run it, what happens? JVM is the responsible guy. In Java, there is a small piece of software available. Its name is JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Its responsibility is to execute, and it will do so many things also in addition to that. Okay, what JVM will do is whenever you run your program, JVM will start executing your program from main method. First it will check, is there any main method? Yes, it will come and start executing main method. Once main method execution finishes, that is the completion of your program execution. So JVM came into picture and it started executing main method. Inside main, no statement, so it finished and program execution is over because nothing is there inside this. Okay, though your class has some methods, okay, it is not executing those. Why? Because those methods are anything. Okay, if you want to call those statements, you should write inside main only. Okay, whatever is there inside main, that only gets executed by JVM. Other things it will not execute. Okay, now here let me print this. This is from main method. Okay, see here. Now I am going to run it. JVM started executing main method. Inside main, what is there? One print element.
Just a print statement here.
Exactly. Okay. For time being, you guys consider system.out.println is a one word, though it has so many things. For time being, you consider it is only simple one word like a printf. Okay. Printf is used to print something on the screen. Similarly, println also used to print something on the screen. Whatever you will write in double quotes, okay, whatever you will write in double quotes, that will be printed on the screen. That is the functionality of println. Okay, and what it will do is print also another method is there, print. It will also do the same thing, print. Okay. See, then what is the difference between print and println? Okay. See here, this is first statement, this is second statement. Let me run it. Okay, see, in console, are you guys able to see the output? This is from main method 1. Immediately it is printing output of second statement also.
Hello.
Dilip, can you add him back? I think he went.
Thank you. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Somehow it got disconnected. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. See here, print method also will print on the screen. Similarly, println also will do the same. Then the difference is print ln. Ln means new line. After printing that one, it will go to new line. Okay. See here, if you use println, it will come in new line. Okay. That is the functionality of println and print. Okay. Whatever you will write and print. Okay. See here, print. I am going to print something. Whatever you will write. For example, plus or something. Okay. Whatever you will write in double quotes, that will be printed as it is on the screen. Okay. See here. So just if I want to write a line between these two statements, previous two statements, what I can do is just write this one so that it will print. In previous example, example 5, sometime back we have seen, right? Same array example, first time just I declared and then initialized and printed. Second example is initialization and declaration I did in the same statement and then printing. To show two examples in the same program, just to differentiate, I added a line in line number 23, I think. Okay. Now, whatever you will write inside main, only that gets executed. Now, if I want to call this function, okay. If I want to call this function, okay, though name is showing function, actually all these are like methods, only terminology difference, okay. If I want to call this method, how to call a method? As I said earlier, if you want access a members of a class, what are the members of class? Guys, what are the members of class? Variables
and methods.
Methods, correct. Variables and methods. Okay. Now I want to access this method and this variable also. Then first step is if you want to access members of any class, that member can be either a method or a variable. Okay. What you have to do is, first thing is you should create an object for that class. Okay. Now I want to access this method and these variables. These three are members of class variable example. So first thing is you have to find out the method, which method or which variable you want to use, and then where these are members of which class, where are these available, you need to find. Once if you find these are available in some class X, you create an object for that class. Okay. Now these members are available in class variable example. Okay. That is the reason I am creating an object for that. Okay. See here, I created an object. Okay. Now, using object, you can call methods as well as variables, anything you can. Okay. Now let me call only method. Okay. Now I am running it. This is, see, main method started execution. First one, it created an object. Okay. Why object creation is required? Class is like a template. There won't be any memory allocation for class members. Whenever you create an object, then only memory will be allocated for those members. Okay. Now, once if you create an object, using object, you can call the members of that class. Yes, tell me.
So for object creation, this is the basic syntax like class name, then what is the object, whatever the object name I would like to give, and then it would be equal to new and the class name.
Yes, exactly. This is the syntax for creating an object. Okay, class name, space, some variable name. Variable name can be anything, V, X, Y, Z, P, Q, it can be. And new is the keyword. Okay, its job is allocate memory. Okay, and then again class name and parenthesis. Okay.
So this class is like, is it like this object treat this class in terms of like some it is a public class for that object? Is there any concept of public or private for this kind of object? Like
For object also, I will tell you 1 second. See here, exactly. For objects, I will explain one more time. This is the statement, right? You are telling for classes anyhow here public is there, right? Similarly, for objects also we will write private public. When and what is the use, I will tell you after some time. See here, this is the statement for creating object, right? In this portion, after equal to whatever is there in right side portion, only that guy is only responsible for creating object.
okay.
Okay, that means creating object means allocating memory. Okay, now the question is only that guy is responsible, then why left side fellow? Okay, that means this variable example VA. Why do we need this? Okay, this right side statement, what it will do is it will create an object. Okay, inside that means memory allocation. For what? For all the members of the class it will allocate. Okay, once it allocates, some memory it allocated. That starting address or reference point of that memory location, it will return. Okay, so for that purpose, we are writing this left side portion. Okay, see here, once if it creates object, every time I cannot see function 1. Okay, let me comment these two and I will show you the same one in another way. See here, as I said some time back, only this guy is responsible for creating object. Once if we create object, we can call function, right?
Yeah.
Now, this statement also should work properly. Okay, now it is working properly. Now, my intention is I want to access one more time function. Then how to do? Again, I have to create object because here just created new operator. What it will do is using this one, it will create an object. It will return that object. Okay.
Okay.
That object reference. Okay, using that I can call function because reference is there. Now after that statement, I did not store that reference in any variable, so I cannot access that same object to call function or x and y. Got it?
Okay.
That is the reason what I am doing is after creation of object, we'll assign its reference into a variable. Okay.
Okay.
Now, here I will explain one more point. Okay. Here, if you are doing like this, every time you need to create an object. Like that, if you have 100 methods in your class, if you want to call 100 methods, every time if you write new and this statement to create object, so total how many objects will be there inside memory? 100 objects. Right?
Yeah.
Instead of that one, what I will do is I will create one time and then I will assign its address or reference to a variable. Okay? And using that, every time I can point to the same object so that I can access X and Y or anything. Okay? Let me print it. Since
I have a basic question. Like this is like because based on the syntax, I would like to know. So every time whenever I am commenting, I'm defining an object or anything, I am closing with the that open braces like
parenthesis.
parenthesis. Like it is like Java functionality or it is like a basic syntax
That
for
is syntax that I will explain you soon, now only after this one. Okay?
okay.
Don't worry. All these first one class, it looks like everything new. After 2 classes, you will understand what is the meaning of each and everything. Okay?
Sorry, probably I am asking too many questions, but
Yeah, no problem. Okay? You guys, please ask me if you have these kind of questions. Okay? Because we are here to learn. Okay? Ask me because there is a flow in the everything. If I explain in the same program, we may not understand and it's a confusion. That's why step by step I will take it. Okay, and whatever I say, okay, consider this full thing is like a printf statement. For time being, first 1 or 2 days, consider, oh, why should we write these many? Don't worry. Okay, just you consider, okay, this is like a printf. Later, after second class, third class, I will explain what is system, what is out, why should we use these many. Okay.
yeah, okay, thank you.
Don't worry. Okay. If any doubts are there, please ask me. Okay. Now, using that, I am trying to print X also. Similarly, using same reference variable, I am going to access Y variable also. Okay. So, see here, this time, instead of creating for accessing every member, instead of creating new object every time, what I did is I created an object. That object reference I stored in a variable. Okay. Now let me explain one more point here. First, let me run it. See here. This is from function. Okay. And X value. X value we did not assign anything. That is the reason it is showing 0. Another one it is showing Y value also 0, and then after that some prints are there. It printed those also. Okay. Now
So just stopping it. So if I don't assign any integer values, like it will automatically give us 0.
yes, that is default value it will set. If you don't assign anything, it will give. Okay.
So like we need to put some kind of comment like set x kind of thing.
Yes, we can do that. I will show that. Okay. See guys, here what it will do, this one, it will create an object. Okay. New, this right side portion will allocate memory for variable example. So allocating memory means for what it will allocate memory? For members of that class, right? What are the members of this class? X,
Y, and void function.
Yeah, exactly. For these, it will allocate memory, right? Consider generally in C programming or anywhere, if you write int p or int x only or int p, what you can give, what you can assign, 10 you can assign. Is it possible to assign 10.2? No, right?
No.
So what P can hold, what values P can hold will be decided by whom? It is a integer type, so P can hold only integer range values. That is some 0 to 65,000, some number is there, or else minus 35,002 plus 35,650, some number is there, right? Integer range. So the value what it can store, that can be decided by whom? This integer data type. If it is a float, it can store some values. Okay, so here if I create an object is for memory allocation. What it will be there inside that? one memory allocation for X, another one for Y. Right?
Why?
If I write something like int Z or float F, okay, float F, what it will do? When it allocates memory inside object, last time I saw some memory allocation example, right? So it will create an object. Inside that, X, Y, Z, F. Like this, some variables will be there, right? So inside this object, what type of variable it should have will be decided by whom? Decided by you. You means the guy who is writing this class example, right? Whatever the variables he will write here, for all those memory will be allocated inside the object, right?
Yes.
If it is a integer X, how many bytes of memory will be allocated? Generally, in C programming, 2. Or else some compiler, depends upon compiler, 4 bytes, right? So that is decided by whom? That memory allocation decided by the Java compiler, C compiler in C and all, because int, for int 2 bytes it will allocate. For my class, who is deciding? We are only going to decide how much memory it can allocate. Okay, how many members you will write, for those many members it will allocate memory. Okay, who will allocate? New operator. Okay, new will do that job. Okay, so generally for int 2 bytes, for float 4 bytes, like that. For your class also, how many bytes of memory will be allocated? That will be decided by you. That means this also stores some values. Like integer can store, variable can store some value, right? Similarly, object also stores some variables. So here, why are we calling it as user data type? Class is a user defined data type. Int is a predefined data type. Class name is a user defined data type. Why class is a user defined data type? Inside that, what and all it can have, that is decided by the user. Okay? Got it?
Yeah.
Now, this right side portion is creating object based on your members. Okay? Now, after creating object, what it will do? It will return the address of that object. Okay? That object we are assigning to a variable. See, this is an object of some class, variable X. Right side, if you see, variable example. Okay? For that class, we created object. If it is an object of some class X, its address is held by same type variable. Okay? This is what new will do. It will create an object based on the class name what you will give, and it will return the address of that object. That object, okay, reference will be assigned to same type variable. Okay, generally how to write variables in text. Okay, here my class names also acts like a data types. This object is of type variable example, right? So variable example type variable I am creating one and assigning the address of that object to this variable VE. Clear? Guys?
Yeah.
This line number 17. Is there any doubt in that? Right side portion will equal to the one which is there, right side to equal. What it will do? It will create an object and return the address or reference of that object. That I am assigning to a variable. Variable means what type of variable? Okay, this is an object of some class. Same class variable only can hold its address. Okay? If you see pointers in C,
the class,
what?
the object name should be the same as the class name. Is there any requirement like that?
Object name means here this V.
No, the new variable example after new.
Okay, this one. Here no object name. This is class name. Here This one you are telling, the highlighted blue color one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be same class name. Okay, this is not object. Full thing will create object. That new and class name and parenthesis, that full thing will create object. Okay?
And the next line, what is it doing? V function.
Yeah, that I will come back in a minute. Okay, I will come to that. So this 17th line, is it clear?
Yeah.
So creating object and assigning to a variable of same type, same class name. See, if you take pointers in C, if you want to hold the address of integer variable, you need a integer type pointer variable, right? Similarly, to hold the address of this object is of which type? Variable example type object. So you need an variable of that type only. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, so I have a reference of the object. As I said earlier, we need a reference of the object. Okay? So this right side portion will return the reference. Using that reference only, we are going to access the members from that object. Okay?
Yeah.
So V holds the reference of that object. Okay? So using that reference, I can access all the members of that object. Okay? So inside that, what are the members? X, Y, Z, F, and function. So using that reference variable, I am accessing all the members. How to access a members of a class? First, you need to create object. Using that object, generally people will say create object, and using object we can access. That is not correct. Some people will call VE as object, but actual meaning is VE is a reference to the object. Okay, sometimes people will call VE also object because it points to the object or it holds the reference of that object. Okay, so using reference variable we are accessing all. Any doubt in this?
No.
So from now,
Like I have a question. So now we will assign the value of this like variables which we defined inside the variable example class inside the object, right?
yeah, we can assign anywhere.
Or can we assign outside also? Okay.
Outside in the sense here?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely fine. Here also you can write. Okay? Now let me print it. You will understand. It should show 10 instead of 0. See here, x value 0. Okay? If you don't assign any value, by default you will get 0. Okay? Guys, from now onwards, if I say reference variable, V is reference variable, or object also don't confuse. Okay? V, sometimes we call it as object also. Okay? Because that is generally everybody will use the terminology. Okay? Generally it is a reference variable to object. Okay?
So what is the actual object name?
The actual object name, there won't be any name for that. What is object? It is some memory, right?
Okay. So
So
only your
it
reference.
has some reference to that address, memory blocks address. Okay?
Okay.
That reference is held by this VE. Okay?
Okay.
This VE can be anything. You can write Venkat or anything. It is just a variable name only, right?
Okay.
But these names, this one should be same. For which class you want to create object, that class name here and here. Okay? And no change in new keyword, and parenthesis also must. Okay? Why? We'll see now. Guys, any doubt in this?
No.
So, if you want to access members of any class, first thing is you must create an object. Okay? Using that object. See, from now only I am telling object. Don't confuse. It is a reference also. Some people will say reference means don't confuse. That also same. Okay? So using that object, I am calling the methods and variables. Okay? Now, till now it's clear, right? So class contains members. What are the members? Variables and methods. How to access those? First you should create an object using object name.
Again, it is connected.
Guys, looks like some connectivity issue for Venkat. We'll just wait for 5 minutes. Guys, looks like some connectivity issue for Venkat. We'll just wait for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Guys, 5 minutes will take. Venkat will reboot the system and come back.
Okay.
Hello, Venkat.
Yeah,
Yeah, now it is okay.
yeah, it's fine.
Okay, let everyone come back.
Oh,
Yeah, Venkat, we can continue. I think looks like everyone is back.
okay, fine. See, guys,
Yeah, Venkat, we
here
can continue. I think
we
looks like
can
everyone is back.
assign values to instance variables. Okay, first how to access it? Directly X means we cannot access it. So object name dot X we should use, right? And then if you want, you print it like this, or else if you want to do modification, you can change the values also. Okay. Now let me go through something called variables. Okay. Now we have three types of variables in Java. Okay. Till now, whatever we have seen is only instance variables. Okay. One is instance, another one is local, another one is static. Okay, three types of variables. Okay, instance variables. What are instance variables? Variables inside class but not in method. Inside class but not inside method, but not inside method. Okay. So here, see here, x, y, z, f. These are the variables. Where are these? Inside class means starting braces of class to end. Starting from here to, see here. Okay, inside. All these are variables and methods. All are inside only. So all these. And is it inside any method or any function? No. Right? So x, y, z are inside class but not inside method, are outside the method. Okay? Are outside method. These are called instance variables. Okay, examples are these. Okay, now what are local variables? Variables which are declared inside a method. Okay, inside a method are called local variables. See here, this is a method and function also one method. Okay, inside this, if you write into P, so P is a method, sorry, a variable inside a method. So the variables which are inside any method are called local variables. Okay, so P is a local variable. Okay, and in addition to that, some variables, like let me change this name to add. What it will do is it will take two values int P comma int Q. Okay, and there is a variable whose name is sum. Okay, sum equal to P plus Q. Okay, I am printing P plus Q value, that is sum. Okay, okay. Now here I am going to call sum method by passing values 100, 200. Okay, now, sorry, not sum. What is the method name? Add, right? So here I wrote a variable, local variable. Okay, similarly I modified this method function to add. What I am doing is I have a method add. It will take two parameters. It will do summation and then it will print. I am calling that here using object. I am calling that add method. That method expects two parameters. I am passing two parameters. It will take and it will print. So local variables are the variables which are declared inside a method. Okay, here inside add, what is there? Sum. Not only inside method, arguments. These two are arguments. So method arguments are parameters. Okay, method arguments and inside method, whatever you declare, all those comes under local variables. Okay, what are local variables? Local variables are the variables declared inside method. Okay, inside method. Okay, not only that, in addition to that, P and Q also some variables, right? Here, what are these? Are these instance? No. Okay, these are also comes under local variables. So arguments. Okay, arguments or parameters. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Here, example x, comma, y, comma, z, comma, f. Okay, here examples sum, comma, p, comma, q. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
See here, let me run it. Just it will, what it will do is it will, anyhow we know summation, right? So I created object. Using object, I am calling add method. While calling add method, I am passing two parameters 100 and 200. It will go and store in p and q variables. Those two I am adding it. Okay. Now this p, q sum comes under local variables. Okay. Now another one, static variables. Static variables also same as instance only, but there is a keyword static before it. Static. Okay. Static int x. Okay. Already x is there, that's why it is showing error. Static int s. Okay. Now what are static variables? Static also inside class but not inside method. Okay, outside. And another condition is it should be having a keyword static. It should be having and preceded by a keyword static. Okay, got it, guys?
Yeah.
Now we have seen these instance variables. Okay, and what is the difference between this and this? Anyhow, local and instance we understood. Local are within that method. Okay, instance are for if you have an object you can access anywhere, right? Instance variable. Then what is the difference between this static and instance? Okay, if it is a static, no need to create object to access those members. Got my point? See, generally if you want to access x here, see here, control, okay, sysout control space will write full system.out.println. Okay, here if I want to access x, it will show error. You cannot access it because it is a non-static member. That we'll see later what is non-static. So as per thumb rule, if you want to access members of any class, what is required? Object is required, right?
Yeah.
So without object, if you try to access it directly, it will throw an error. It will not allow you. But if it is a static member, directly you can access it. See, yes, if I write yes, it is allowing. Okay? So see here, s value, it printed 0. Okay? Because it is a integer, by default, it will assign some value to it. Or else you put 1, 2, 3. Okay? Static s1, 2, 3. Okay, now you see here. So to access static members, object is not required. Okay? And how to declare a static member? Same as instance only, but there is a keyword static preceded. Okay, before it has a keyword static. Okay, like this you have 3 types of variables. Any doubt in this, guys?
So why don't we not declare everything as static so that eliminates the need for calling it through object? Is there any other cons of declaring everything as static?
Yes, yes, absolutely it is there. Some difference is there. Okay, tomorrow we'll see static methods also. Then we will understand what is the difference if you declare it as a static, if you don't declare it as a Whatever is having static, we call static members. If there is no keyword static here, instance we call it as non-static. What is the difference? What is the importance of it? We'll see. Okay. Why can't we declare all as static? That we will see. Okay.
Okay.
Because after going to some more examples, you will understand. Okay. I will make you guys understand. Why can't we write everything as static? Okay.
All right.
If you want, you can write here all static also. That also fine. But why don't we write? We will see soon. Guys, any doubt? 3 types of variables. Okay, instance, local, static. Instance variables are the variables which are inside class but not inside any method, it is outside. Okay, local variables are the variables which are inside any particular method. Static also similar to instance, but there is a keyword static preceded by it. Okay, by using static we can declare static variables. Okay, now here this is a method, right? Main method. Guys, I highlighted main method. Please see this. Here, first thing is object creation. Some time back, I mentioned this is variable example VE is like a index, right? No difference, right? Index x holds 10. Okay, this is an object address it holds. Okay, similar to if I have index like this, x is local or static? Sorry, local or instance or static?
This is inside the method, the local.
Yes, exactly. It is local. Similarly, here variable example VE. Okay, VE also like x only, but it is not primitive data type variable, user defined data type variable. All class names are user defined data types, right?
Yeah.
So this is also like VE also like a variable. Okay, where did we declare inside? A method.
A method. Yeah.
So VE also a local variable. Got it?
Yeah.
So the lifetime of these local variables is within this parenthesis, within that method only. Okay? Now, the lifetime of this instance variable is in that object only. If you have object, you can access it. Okay? If it is a static, throughout the class, that we will see tomorrow. Okay? Throughout the class means what? With using only that object means what? Okay? See, whenever you create an object, what happens? It will allocate memory for members of the class, right? So, here we have 4 members and another, 5 members plus another method also there, total 6 and one main also there. See here, for all these instance variables only it will allocate memory inside the object. See here till now we thought, okay, for all class members it will allocate memory, right? For all the variables. But for static variables it will not allocate memory inside the object. Okay? Guys, got it?
So where that memory will be stored for static variable?
Yeah, actually in memory it is divided into 3 parts. One is static part, another one is heap part, another one is stack part. Okay? One is heap part. For objects, memory will be allocated in heap part. Okay? For local variables, memory will be allocated in stack portion of the memory. For static variables, one more area, static area is there. Okay? Inside static area, it will allocate memory for static members. Okay?
Okay.
Got it? And actually how that memory allocation, that difference may not help us more because when we are doing programming, where it's stored and all doesn't matter for us actually, right? But for us, what matters is how to access it. If it is a non-static, that means instance, we must need object. If it is a static, object is not required. Using class name, you can access it. Okay? See here, directly also we can access it. Another one using class name. Okay, what is that class name?
That is like add, right?
Okay, this is a class name, right?
Yeah.
So only static members you can access using class name. Object is not required. Then the question comes is earlier, some time back, we did not use class name also. How is it allowed? Right?
Yeah.
That we will see. Okay? Guys, any doubts still here?
Venkat, can you repeat the last thing which you said, like related to static, using the class name, something that I didn't get?
Yeah, sure. I will explain. See here. If it is a static member, object is not required to access those members. Here, S is static member, right?
Okay.
Generally, to access benefit of static members is static members can be accessed using class name. Okay, that is the benefit of it. Object is not required. Okay.
So then why we are like initially we are declaring or something like that, static int and all?
Yeah, correct. Static int s. Okay. We declared a static variable. Now to access static member here.
Okay.
Okay. Generally we should use as per thumb rule class name dot static member name. Okay.
Okay.
See, if it is a instance variable, we must need object. If it is a static,
Okay.
we must use class name. Okay, that is the difference. Okay, now that is the thumb rule. Always we should create object to access instance members. That can be a variable or method. Okay, similarly to access static. Okay, we must use class name. Okay, now this is clear, right? Now my question is, some time back we did not use this class name also, right?
Yeah.
Why is it allowing without class name? Okay, there is another rule. Okay, actual thumb rule is object is required for non-static, right? Object is required for non-static. Another one, class name is required for static members. Now, in this scenario, without that, it is allowing. Okay? Why is it allowing? There is another rule called static members. Static members can access another static members without any class name or anything. Just directly they can call it. Okay? Static to static. Similarly, non-static to non-static also it's possible. Okay? Non-static to non-static. See, creation of object and using that object accessing members of that class is the thumb rule. Okay, for any class that is required. Then, see, I have another class, some arithmetic. There, if I want to access this x and y, what shall I do first? I should create an object for this class. Using that object, I should access it, right?
Yes.
Now, in this same program, see here, my main method is a member of the same class. See here, this x, y, z, f, s, main and add. All these are members of the same class. Arithmetic is another class. in arithmetic class, if you want to access these members, you need object. That is absolutely fine. Then what is the benefit I am going to get if I am a member of the same class? Also, though I am a member of the same class, if I need object, then what benefit I am getting? See, we have a family members. Okay, my father has a car. If I want to use, I should have some special rights, like if some other guy, my neighbor wants to use, he should ask my father and then he should take. Okay, as being a member of family, same family, I should have some extra privileges, like without asking I can take, right?
Yeah.
Similarly here also, as a member of the same class, there are some other rules. Okay, if you are member of this class, non-static members, if you are a non-static member of this class, you can access non-static members without creating object. Okay?
Okay.
If you are a static member of this class, you can access static members without using class name. If
So is it
same
like
things,
okay.
yeah.
So is it like we have mentioned main as a static class? That I mean, the static
Sorry,
this one.
not static class, static method. Main is a
Yeah.
static method.
Yeah.
This X.
Because
Okay,
of that,
yes.
we are able to use the static stuff below, right?
Yeah,
That is
correct.
main, right?
Okay. See, main also a static member. Yes, also static member. Static can be accessed without class name. When all the members are of same class. All these are within the same class. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Similarly, see here, inside this add, what can I access? Tell me now. Without object.
We can see. I didn't get your word.
Inside this add method, add is a non-static. There is no static keyword before this, right?
Yes, yes.
So here non-static ones XYZ are there. Directly I can access it without creating object. Why? Non-static can access non-static without creating object. This is applicable only within the same class. Okay? If it is of different class, you must create object.
Okay.
Okay? Or you must use class name if it is a static. Okay? Guys, any doubt in this?
No, it's fine.
Now, always this is the thumb rule. Okay? Static, where is that? Static members can be accessible using class name, and non-static can be accessed using object. Using object. If I create object, okay, anywhere I can access these members. If I use class name, I can access these static members anywhere. Then what is the benefit I am going to get as a member of the same class? This is the one. Okay? Got it? Class, so where is that? Static members to static members, non-static to non-static. Okay?
Okay.
If it is non-static or different, why? See here, static wants to access non-static, that is not possible. That's why for X and Y, we are using an object. Okay? Got it? Similarly, methods also we can write like a static. Okay. So here just I want to show this example. So here before calling this add using object, just let me write without object. It is telling no, you cannot call it. Change this add to static. Then only you can access it because main is a static. If you want to access static members, it is allowed without object. Okay, you do static. You change this add to static, right? Guys, got it?
Yeah.
See, let me just change it to static. Just I want to show this point also. Static. Then directly add I can call. This time it is not showing error, right? Now the error came here. Why? Boss, this method is a static. You are going to access non-static X without object. You cannot do it, right? Got it? Why are we getting this error? X is a non-static. Without object, you are trying to access it in static method.
Okay, yeah.
So this is how we can write either variables or methods. That can be any number, variable or method. You can declare it as a static. Okay? If it is static, what is the advantage? Forget about same class members as a thumb rule. Okay? Consider about other class wants to access. For example, I am going to write another class. Use members. Okay, or call members. Inside this, I am going to my intention is I want to access those methods, add and all, right? Here, add. If I write, it will show error because it cannot access that add. Though main is a static, add is a static, you cannot access it, right? Always what it will do, it will check in the same class. Is there any static add? No. Then it will show error. There is no method with method with the name add. Okay? Now, how to access it? Using class name. Okay, what is that class name? Because add is a static. So without creating object, you can variable example dot add. Okay? Instead of object, I can use that. Got it?
Okay.
If I want to access another method, hello?
Yeah, I get.
Guys, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So thumb rule is we must use class name or object name. If it is a static, use class name. If it is a non-static, use object name. So first create object and then use it. Okay? If it is in the same class, we'll get some extra benefits. That is static to static. Either object or class name, nothing is required. If it is static to static, non-static to non-static. Okay? So till here, how to write members, that means methods and variables, it's clear. Okay, so how many types of variables are there? 3 types. One is instance, another one is local, another one is static. Instance variables are the variables which are declared inside a class but not inside any method. It is outside of the method. Examples x, y, z and f. Okay. Local variables are the variables which are declared inside any method. This is a method. Inside that I have variable sum. In addition to local, the variables which are declared inside method, the parameters or arguments also comes under local variables only. Okay. And the third type is static. It is same as instance variables only. The declaration part where we will declare. Okay, but there is a keyword static will be there before that variable. Okay, so to access non-static members, you must need object. To access static, you must need class name. Okay, if it is a local variable, directly you can access using that variable name. Okay, similarly, like static variables, you can write your methods also static. If it is a static, you can access this method outside, okay, using class name. Object is not required. Okay.
Yeah.
So today what we discussed is just class is a template. There won't be any memory allocation for that. Once if you create object, then only memory will be allocated. Okay. And this right side portion of this statement is only responsible for creating object. Then left side one is for holding the reference or address of that object. Okay. So class is a user-defined data type. Why do we call class is a user-defined data type? What class can hold that we are only deciding. Okay? Got it? So all class names acts like a data types. Okay? Like how int variables will declare. Similarly, we can declare variables of type, our class name or predefined class names. Okay, now when it comes to initialization part, when you have instance variables, okay, or other than local variables that can be instance or static, for that only default initialization will be happen and default values you will get if you don't assign any values. For example, here sum I declare, I did not assign any value to it. See, for local variables, it will show error. Please assign or please initialize a variable sum with some value. Got it? So default values will not be assigned to local variables, only to instance and static variables only that default initialization is applicable. Okay?
Yeah.
Guys, till now, any doubts? Tomorrow we'll see constructor, what is constructor, okay? And then some portion of this one, why do we need parentheses here? If you don't write parentheses, what happens? It will not consider. Okay, that is syntax. What is the meaning of this exactly? And we'll see tomorrow those. Okay, and then after that, we'll go to some other keyword, this. Okay, and then we'll try to start inheritance as well tomorrow. Okay. Guys, in today's class, if any doubts, please ask me. Or else, if no doubts, we'll wind up for today and tomorrow we'll continue.
Venkat, if, can you try that why that is code is not worked is that browser launch?
Okay, sure.
If no, if there is any doubts, please go ahead. Else he'll try this.
Not a doubt. While he is trying, Venkat, I really liked today's class. This was about concepts and it was really well presented. So, Arun and Dilip, so going forward, at least for me, this kind of level of detail is more helpful because that will help us understand the concepts.
Yeah, and also one more thing, since you people are in out of touch for some time, right? You should practice a little bit today and come tomorrow. Otherwise, that progress will not be there. You will be always in the same level where Venkat teaches, and you will understand and you will forget.
Yeah. So Venkat, I have one question. Like instead, like we declare a method add, right? Instead of giving this name as add, I can give it to any name, right?
Yeah, correct. That is a name. Like add one you can give, any name you can give. Okay, method names depends upon what it will do. Some meaningful name will give. Okay, it can be anything. See, same add I can write
Sound.
hello also. So same I can use. But generally when we write method names, if it is meaningful, the guy tomorrow who is going to see our code, by seeing that, okay, there is a method add will be there. If you pass two parameters, it will do addition like that. Okay? You can write anything. No, nothing wrong in that. Okay? But always if it is meaningful, it will helpful in later stages. Okay?
Venkat, you were saying something like if it is a local variable, when we are initializing, some error might come like that. I didn't
Yeah.
get what was it actually.
Okay. See here. Here, int x and y. Did we assign any values to these variables?
No, no.
No. These are instance variables, right?
Yeah.
So when you try to print, okay, here forget about this. Here also we did not assign. Is it showing any error like x is not initialized? So please assign some value to it. Like that, is it showing? No, right?
Yeah.
What it will do is, whenever object creates, automatically it will assign some default values. For example, for ints, int, float, byte, all these types will be assigned with 0, 0, 0. If it is a Boolean type variable, that default initialization will happen to only instance variables and to static variables. Okay? Now, come to this local variable. If you don't initialize this, okay, if you try to print x you declared, you are trying to access it. Okay, similar thing we did for instance variables also. We declared x, y and we accessed it. There it did not show any error because default initialization will happen to that. So x and y will get some values in future before printing. Okay, that is zeros. But that similar concept will not be applicable for local variables. It will not be assigned with any default values. Once if you declare, you must assign to use it. If you are not using, no problem. If you are trying to use it, it will say x does not contain any value. Please assign some value to it, or please assign initialize it. Okay. So what I want to tell here is there won't be any default initialization. If you don't assign any value, there won't be any default values for local variables. Okay?
So in that last one doubt, in this add method, you have declared it as a public static void, right? If you remove the static and go to the second program, it is just not running. So
This one?
and go to the second program now.
Yeah. Before going to second program, let me comment this because this one is having error. Okay. So now, if you go here, see here, that became like, see here, is it a static? No. Non-static. How to access non-static members? We must create an object.
Okay.
So
now I need to create an object.
It was a static, so using class name I can access it. Now it is not a static now, right? So it is non-static. So you must create an object.
Okay. Now if I v dot yes.
Yes. Now it should work fine. Okay, 300 output. Okay.
Perfect. Thanks.
Guys, any other doubts?
No, I'm good. Thank you, Venkat. It was very nice.
Okay, welcome. Please go through these. What I suggest is just you write your own classes, 1 or 2. Okay, just at least write 1 or 2 methods inside that addition, subtraction, like that. You write some code, 1 or 2 statements. Okay, and then try to return some values from there and then access. You guys know about C programming, right? So
No.
some methods
We don't
may
know.
return, may not return, right?
No, Venkat, some of us, I don't know C programming, like, so I forgot it. So,
Okay. Actually, just these variables and all, you remember, right? That is
Yeah.
fine. And
Yeah.
what I want to tell is, see here, for example, add method, here only I am going to do, see here, what is the return type of this method? Add method return type is void.
why?
That means this method won't return anything. The guy who is calling this method, for him, it will not return any value. Okay? So in that scenario, we must print the result here only, right?
Hmm.
For example, if he is returning something like int, okay, if he is returning something, so if you want to print here, in addition to that, you can send that value to the guy who is calling this function or this method. Okay?
Hmm.
See here, return type, I made it add. At that time, when he calls, he will get the value. Once, if some value is coming, that is up to you to handle it or not. If somebody is returning some value, okay, if you handle it, assign it to a variable. If you don't want, you ignore it. If you say hint some value, he will return that value. So I can use that value here. Okay, sys out. Like this, we have functions with return type also, right?
Hmm.
See here, or else just some value. Okay, see here. Anyhow, inside that method, one print statement is there, that is printing. Okay, in addition to that, he is returning. If you don't return, see, there is a method calculate power or calculate square value. Okay, if you pass one number, it will calculate square of that value. Okay, or triple. Okay, and whatever you want, square root and all. It will return that value. That we will use here in our program. Okay, so to use, first you should, that guy will return you. You should assign to a variable and then use it later. Here use means I am printing it. Okay. So what I am telling is this kind of thing. Anyhow, I showed now. Like this, we can return values also. Same thing, we can assign to variable and use it. Okay. Like these functions, just to go through. See here, there is a function. Two parameters are there, means while calling also you must pass two parameters. Okay.
Okay.
Like this, just basics of function. How to write a function while writing, see here we wrote. Okay. Just while writing functions, first return type should be there, and then function name, and then parameters. Okay. Inside that, anyhow statements we know. Based on our requirement, we'll write, right? And if it is having some return type, here return statement is must. Those kind of basics. Okay. Just what I will tell is, now you guys do one thing. Write a class, okay? For tomorrow's class, just practice this and come so that you will understand, okay? Let me write here. Please try this example and come, okay? So that you will get some confidence. First one, write a class, okay? write a class whose name is arithmetic operations.
Venkat, you are not going to explain this program right now?
These are no, just
Okay.
2 lines.
You send this when you are sending the code to them.
Okay.
So can you just go back to the launch browser and we can wind up.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Guys, just here, write a class arithmetic operations. Inside that, write methods add, subtract, multiply, okay, 3 methods, and write another class, use arithmetic operations class, okay. There you create object for this class and call those methods, okay, to perform arithmetic operations. Got it?
Yeah.
That I will write and send. Just you guys understood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't send the program. Right. Same
Lines I will write and I won't write the program. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to set that property and it is there inside that. Already exists. So after extract we got this and this path we should specify. Chrome driver. Okay, Chrome driver. And the driver executable does not exist. CHCROMEDRAVER.
The build path is correct. That you are.
Yeah, build path is correct. Because if build path is not proper, right? When we add this Chrome driver, it won't show that. Okay?
Yeah.
If it is showing this import hint means build path is proper. So let me check 1 second. Web driver part of the exe.exe also required. First Chrome browser is there. Around this I will check and let you know. Here it is showing only did not find that.
Yeah, that is fine.
Yeah, but path is proper only. Still it is showing that. I will check and let you know. Okay?
That is fine. Yeah, we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, actually this is proper everything here. I feel something, why is it in this system something wrong it seems.
Yeah, looks like, yeah, it is already.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay guys, we'll meet tomorrow and we'll continue the remaining. Okay?
Thank you.
Please practice these programs, okay? And come up with that assignment tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm good.
Yeah, okay. Bye,
Yeah.
Anil.
Arun. Yeah. I think that system issue, I think maybe.
Yeah.
I think that, yeah.
I suspect the same. Tomorrow I will check there in my team.
Yeah, that is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, see. Where is Anil? Anil is.
He told to collect shoes or some accessories for her daughters.
Oh, okay.
He went there. They mentioned like some place he has to collect accessories. So
Yeah,
he will go there like that.
Yeah.
Okay.